people grieve in all sorts of different manners. There's no right way, no wrong way. I mean, I've seen people leave some pretty nasty comments on my Big Lenny video, but you got to understand how the Genovaverse works, how the Misfits camp used to work. The trolls, they have a different mindset. They're wired differently. So where it could look like they're insulting Lenny, they're actually showing him respect. It sounds really effed up by calling him by saying that he had no conscience, by, poking fun at his appearance. It makes my blood boil in one part. In another part, I understand. Listen, if the trolls didn't care, you know how they would show their utter disrespect? They wouldn't leave a comment. See, I don't think the trolls troll people that they care about, and that may not be the best thing. I mean, they might care about you. They may want to destroy you, or they may want to prop you up. In either situation, they care about you. Caring is not always like the warm, fuzzy stuff, like, oh, I love you. I want to help you. Caring just means you're on their mind. I mean, you can have a hater. Haters make you famous. As I say, losers don't have haters, right? But enough of that. But they still care enough about you to try to bring you down or to try to prop you up. And in this case, I think that the Big Lenny trolls are showing their respect by trolling my video and trolling Big Lenny maybe one last time. Probably not, though. There'll probably be more times. I will tell you that Big Lenny's passing is not going to be old news in a week or two or a month or two. It's going to be felt because he stood for so much and he was just such a rebel. I mean, to say that there were maggots on a dirty pan and instead of washing it out or throwing it away, he said he ate the maggots. I mean, that's gross. But he probably did it. He probably did it. And people, listen, if you know of a punk rocker named Gigi Allen, I can't go into specifics about what Gigi was all about, or the Mentors. The Mentors were pretty out there. Also, can't get into what they would do. And, Roz Williams from Christian Death, also really out there. Also will not go into what he did and how he unlifed himself. But the reality of the matter is that their followings have only grown since their passing. And their tombs have become shrines. So I don't see this ever go. I see Big Lenny living on, through the trolls, through the fans. There's people that are saying, hey, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to kill it in honor of Big Lenny. But there's also people that are trolling the hell out of my video and other videos from, big stars like Big Rob Fitness, RX Muscle Dave Palumbo. They're trolling the hell out of them. And people are getting mad and they're getting their feelings all, bunched up and whatever. But they need to understand that that's how the trolls pay tribute, And so I think that for a troll, first of all, for a troll to leave a heartfelt comment, that's probably, the biggest troll of all, the biggest, gag of all. I think that, it's kind of like the Order 66, I mean, that's like the ultimate, that's the nuke in the Genova arsenal, the Order 66. I mean, it got him slapped by the late, great Rich Piana. I mean, I don't care. Rich said it didn't bother him. The hell it didn't. You can't not be bothered by an Order 66. I mean, that brings the world down. The Israelis have probably tried calling Jason and to figure out how he did it so they could put an Order 66 on Iran. You know what I mean? Iran's going to get it here because Israel, they don't mess around, When they come to the party, they come to chew gum and kick ass, and they usually leave their gum in the car. So the reality of the matter is Iran is terrified. But I got to tell you something. In Order 66, the Ayatollah, that's enough to get him to, run for the hills or whatever, or I don't know, go to the cave in, where they leave the light on for you. But I got to tell you something, the trolls are hurting, and they should be. We're all hurting. Nobody wanted to see Big Lenny go, and honestly, I didn't know. I mean, I bumped into him a couple of times. We did some videos, we were supposed to do a podcast together that never materialized, as you guys all know. But I didn't know about his living situation. I had somebody send me an email and tell me that he was only days away from being evicted, from being homeless. And while, I reacted with YouTube short to show, respect, as I appreciate emails. I don't always know if they're legit or not. And so I put it out there. I said, I don't know if this is true or not, but I got this. And I thought it was germane. So I put it up just in a short, and several people left comments suggesting that it was actually real. And then that same person that emailed me must have seen the short. And so they sent me the actual, court case from whatever website it was. Here in Kentucky, we use CourtNet. In Florida, it's always something. Indiana's got, what do they have? I know the federales, the federales, the feds, they've got Pacer, but whatever. But it was a real thing. It's like a real thing. And I don't know the circumstances. I didn't read the case. He sent it to me. I could have. I don't have. There are not enough hours in the day for me to. You guys think I have all this time, but it's a real case. I don't know the facts about it, but it seems like his brother was trying to get him evicted, and maybe they had like squabbles about money and inheritances, wills, estates, whatever. But the case is, it really looks like he was on the verge of being homeless. I didn't know that. I didn't know that he had health issues either. And so, when you lose touch with people in the industry, you always like to think of them in that last time you saw them. The last time I saw Big Lenny, he was ripped to shreds. He was at the Ruby. He was mobbed. The Ruby is one of the biggest shows in Southern Palm Beach County, Florida. When it comes to Southern Palm Beach County, Florida, the Ruby is it. I mean, the Ruby is it. And the promoter for QCBB Promotions, a genius himself, instead of, showing the misfits and, the others associated in their orbit the door, he was like, come in. He embraced them, and that was the smartest thing he could have done, because now the Ruby is bigger than the Olympia in some circles. In Delray Beach, the Ruby is like it. I mean, you can go to the 7-Eleven, you can go to the Subway, the Walmart, wherever. Everybody's heard of Jason. Everybody's heard of Dale. Everybody's heard of Big Lenny. If you think I'm lying, I'm dying. Let me get struck right now. I'm not kidding. When I went to the Ruby, both times, those guys had fans. They came from all over the world. You guys, I'm not kidding. Go to Strength Addicts. You will see. There was one guy that flew from New Zealand. Do you know how far New Zealand is? I mean, get yourself a map or a globe, spin that around. It is next to Australia. They cross the entire Pacific. They cross Central America. They cross the Caribbean to land in West Palm or Fort Lauderdale or Miami, whatever. That's like over a day of travel to see Jason get on stage, to see Big Lenny battle it out with Dale Chuck E. Cheese Chance, who should have been second and got third, who had signed with Blackstone Labs, a big deal with Blackstone Labs. There was a lot running on this show. You had Andrew there. You had Brad there. You had Cornelius Parkin, the man that beat Boston Lloyd, the late, great Boston Lloyd. So there was a lot of star power there. And that's how I remember Big Lenny. Backstage, oiling up, shooting the shit with Jason, doing some, videos with me out front, and so I never knew all the other stuff. But like I said, I mean, look, the trolls are paying their respect in their own way. I paid it in my way. Big Rob in his, Dave Palumbo in his, and maybe you will do it in a different way. But on the face, it looks terrible. Like, how could these people be so insensitive, so cruel, so heartless? But if you think about it, they're actually paying tribute in their own special way.